Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. And I just want to tell you, I saw that David Haye, Ben Davison break down the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. And I gotta say something, man. I'm really impressed with Ben Davison, man. For a young guy, he's pretty sharp, man. You know, he was asked, some of the things that, what are some of the things that Tyson Fury is gonna have to do different in the rematch than he did in the first fight. And then he broke down what Deontay Wilder was doing and how he coached Tyson Fury and being prepared for that. And it was pretty interesting, man, for a guy so young, to have that sharp of a mind and to pick up on the things that his fighter is doing or needs to do to nullify the opponent and vice versa, So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, like, for example, he was saying, the way Deontay holds his hand, his right hand up when he's walking in is always cocked. And what he coached Fury to do was to keep that distance by using the jab and his footwork, and how to avoid the big right hand when he was stepping to his left and turning on an angle, using like the Philly shell, the shoulder roll, not really rolling with the punch, but having that shoulder up. So even if he did get hit with the right hand, it wasn't clean. It would hit his shoulder first because he's so tall. All he got to do is lean back. And if you watch the fight, if you saw Tyson Fury using his height, using his size, and using that lean to get away from those punches, and he was stepping off and turning the angle as he was doing it, which kept Deontay Wilder from being set. And Davison also pointed out that during the knockdown, when Tyson Fury got knocked down, he said every fighter has their reset, something that they do, to reset whatever it is they were doing in the ring. And he pointed out, Deontay Wilder's reset. And he was dead on, because I seen Deontay Wilder do this. Deontay Wilder, when he resets, he'll start bouncing on the top of his toes. And then right after he do that, he'll shake his arms out. And then he'll pick his hands back up and proceed to try to, walk you down. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, he does this thing where, he'll be moving, and then he'll kind of stay still, and he'll wipe his face. He'll take his glove and then wipe his face up, down, left, right, and then he reset. But while he doing that, he's just standing still, and that's how he got caught in that 12th round. He got caught again like that in what was it, the 9th round? I think that's the same way. He got caught both times doing that, and Deontay Wilder picked up on it. He also noticed that when Deontay Wilder throws his right hand, right before he throws his right hand, he's always backing up. And I said this in another video. I don't know if I posted it yet. I don't know if YouTube might have taken it down, because I had like a video clip from Showtime CBS from one of the fights, but the clip was only like 12 seconds, but they still had me take it down. Anyway, what he was talking about was when Deontay Wilder get ready to punch, it's usually when the fighter walks toward him or comes toward him, and when that forward foot lifts up, it's automatic. He launches that right hand. And I seen it do it with Dominic Brazil. I seen him do it with Luis Ortiz, and I seen him do it with Bermane Stiffer, just like Ben Davison pointed out. So they really did they homework, and studied, the previous fights that Deontay Wilder had going into it, so they were well prepared. The problem with that is, like Wilder says, you got to be perfect for 12 rounds. I just got to be perfect for 2 seconds. And that's so true. And that's what they were aware of. And that's what they picked up on. And that's what they were coaching Tyson Fury to be aware of and how to get out of it. And I was very, very impressed with Ben Davison, man. I hope a lot of these young fighters are taking notice. It seemed like, somebody old school, he must have been hanging around somebody old school, or somebody old school was just teaching him the game, because he got old school game, man. I think if Ben Davison come to America and get with one of these old school trainers, it would elevate, his status as a coach / boxing trainer. But then they had David Haye on there, and they were asking David Haye what he thought about Deontay Wilder's power. And David Haye said, he was sparring Deontay Wilder with 16-ounce gloves, headgear, and everything. And he said Deontay Wilder caught him on the top of the head, but it wasn't, a flush blow. It was a glancing blow. And he said he was more hurt from that punch than he was getting hit by Vladimir right on the chin, Vladimir Klitschko. And that just, everybody already knows he got dynamite in his right hand. They don't. So I wasn't surprised to hear that because all the other sparring partners said the same thing about Deontay Wilder. And David Haye was very honest about it. You could tell both of these guys, Ben Davison, and I don't forgot it, David Haye. You could tell they was genuine. They was speaking their truth, and I didn't find anything false about it or malicious. It wasn't about that. It was about really studying both fighters, emphasizing their strengths and their weaknesses and how they could overcome, all of that. And I was thoroughly impressed. Shout out to Ben Davison, man. I guess I was sleeping on him, but he did a great job with Tyson Fury. He got his weight down. He got his cardio up, and Tyson Fury was executing the game plan almost flawlessly, until he started engaging with Deontay Wilder and he lost focus. In the early rounds he was moving around a lot, throwing the jabs, but then Wilder was throwing the jab too, and hooks to the body. And David Haye brought that up. He said, we would like to see Wilder throw more jabs, but he said you could tell from watching the fight that Wilder was trying to knock Fury out, and he might have been trying too hard. And but Deontay Wilder already said that too. But just professional fighters, they see it, and they talking about it. But he said he would like to see that jab more, and he said he did like when Wilder was jabbing to the body and throwing the hooks to the body, which is something I said, or I've been saying, and everybody in the LDBC been saying that, Wilder's developing a left hook. I saw it 3 fights ago, and I saw it making a difference in his fights with Luis Ortiz, with Dominic Breazeale, Tyson Fury as well. So, he is getting better every fight. And those are some things that Deontay Wilder said himself that he worked on, that he's gonna do a little different. He gonna be a little more patient, but he's gonna throw more punches, instead of trying to be super aggressive and get the knockout early, So I think this fight is gonna be a lot different. I think it's gonna be a lot more tactical, and I think Tyson Fury is gonna respect Deontay Wilder's power a lot more. And I think Deontay Wilder is going to be, have supreme confidence in set him up. And Ben Davison also said something that I thought was interesting. He said, if anybody think Wilder can't box off the back foot, go back and look at the Spilka fight. Go back and look at the Luis Ortiz. They paid attention to that. They didn't buy into the hype, like Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua and all the other Wilder haters. They'll spew that misinformation. But Ben Davison didn't buy into it. He actually did his homework and watched film on Deontay Wilder, and he said he actually brought up those fights and said, look, that's when the fighters get hurt, when he's backing up and they're coming forward, and he sets him up and and he unloads that right hand on him. And the commentator asked him, he's like, do you think that's something that he does on purpose, or do you think is instinctual? And Ben Davison said, I don't know. I just know that he does it, what I'm saying? And when he does it, he usually knocks people out and hurts them and knocks them out. So it's something that the fighter got to be aware of when they fight Deontay Wilder. And I did notice that. I did. And then, I noticed that in the Brazil fight, that was the first time I actually noticed it, that he, the fighter's foot come up. I seen him knock Arthur Spilka out moving backwards, but I didn't notice, that well, that's not true. I did notice. I noticed that, he waited for him to come in, and then when he was coming in, he threw his left hand out as a rangefinder and threw that short right hand on the back foot now, clipping him right on the chin and ending the fight. But I really noticed it in the Dominic Breazeale fight. When Dominic Breazeale, he was kind of plodding forward early in the fight, and then after they got broke up a few times, he stood straight up and he took that step forward. And Deontay Wilder, as soon as he took that step forward, threw that right hand and caught him coming in right on the chin and dropped him. So good observation for Ben Davison. I'm kind of, I like the way he talking. I think before I thought he might be too young to be coaching Tyson Fury for a fight this big. And by too young, I mean not enough experience. But after watching the fight, I think they did a great job with Tyson Fury, and he knows what he's talking about. And shout out to the UK for having whoever got him as a trainer. Hey, you got a damn good trainer. He just need more, time and experience with his fighters. And that's pretty much it, man. I know I'm late with this one. I didn't see it when it first came out. I was thumbing through the videos on YouTube and I came across it. I had saw it. I had saved it in my, to watch later playlist, but I never, I got busy and I just didn't watch it. But I did watch it this time, and I'm glad I did. I don't know why I waited so long. I'm gonna try not to do that and give my thoughts on the coach's observations a little bit better next time, a little bit quicker next time. So anyway, man, shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to the homies for 78 Sports TV, Trill Boxing, Black Fight Fan. Shout out to New Media, Dante's Boxing Nation, Boxing Ego. I listen to all of y'all, and if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be doing this myself, man. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the motivation to get my content out there. And with that, I'm about to roll out, but I want to say, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, post comments, hate it or love it. Let's talk about it. And until next time, LCD Boxing, we out.